Welcome to Crusader Kings 2, the Middle-earth project. This is a Lord of the Rings, funnily enough, total conversion mod for Crusader Kings 2, and being a big fan of both Lord of the Rings and Crusader Kings 2, if you hadn't guessed, I thought this is kind of my style of mod. But I've been doing some testing, and it's very campaign-oriented, and the campaigns go one of two ways. Either they go exactly as you'd imagine in the books and in the films, obviously, or, in my case, I played as Sauron and got the One Ring in 5 minutes and completely destroyed everyone. So, I don't know, I've been trying to find a good playstyle, but I think we'll just go for the actual characters, as you would expect from the main characters from the books and the theatrical films, that is, just so that we're getting the most events, we're getting the most story. It's kind of what the game is designed around right now. Now, the mod isn't in full release or anything like that. It's still kind of an early build for it. It's been going on for quite a while, but it's a lot of work to do for a small team of devs. So that's understandable. They've done a really great job with it so far. But again, it's kind of knowing where to start in terms of campaign. We're going to play as Sauron. We'll try and do what he could not in the films and in the books, and actually try and win the war and get ourselves the One Ring. Now, maybe I just got really lucky in my last campaign, but it might be very straightforward, but it would be kind of cool just to dominate Middle-earth, wouldn't it? So here is our starting bookmark, the one we're going to go for, Lord of the Ring in the Third Age there. We've got Aragorn, just as he looks there. Viggo Mortensen, as he looked in the films. We've got Sauron. They've done a good job with the portraits. I can't complain too much. We've got Denethor II there, obviously father of Boromir and Faramir, King Theoden of Rohan, Frodo Baggins of Bag End, and Gandalf the Grey. Like I said, we're going to play as Sauron. We're going to go for his story here and try and recreate history a little bit. Let me know in the comments if you played through sort of your own custom campaign, maybe with different bookmarks. What a fun start. Because if this ends up being a really short campaign, I'd like to carry on with the mod and maybe start somewhere different based on what you guys suggest. Welcome. You are playing Beta 07x15, patches, blah, 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 blah. Right, so this is it. This is the start of the mod. Now, they have a really cool system, actually, that I'd like to see in more mods, which gives you a very brief overview of some of the mechanics and the systems that they've changed. So we'll take a look over that quickly, just in case you guys have not played this mod before. So we've got armies, for example. I'm going to sum this up very, very quickly, as in other mods, as we've seen in Mad World and Geheimnisnacht, big, strong, werewolves, dragons, etc. are going to be much stronger than smaller troops. So, for example, as they say here, we have Ents and Trolls have huge combat bonuses. Orcs and Hobbits are obviously not very good at combat. So an army of 10,000 Orcs isn't guaranteed to beat an army of 500 Ents, for example. Very straightforward. Units are sort of represented as combat bonuses based on their size and their race, things like that. Purging and colonizing. If you ever played the Game of Thrones mod, this might ring true with you. We have the Sea's Wilderness Casus Belli, and then you can colonize the province, and you get different events and that type of thing. Colonization is not cheap, as it says there. Probably not too relevant for us, because a lot of the places nearby are colonized. But if you're playing sort of up here in the old kingdoms of Arnor, places like that, this might be more relevant to you. We've got story events. Very straightforward. The mod is set within the Legendarium of Middle-earth, and there are event chains designed to guide the world through the story of the universe. So, playing as larger nations or important characters, so for example, Sauron, we're going to get events related to Sauron. Makes sense. Kind of nice that they've given you that little intro there, and you can always view that again from the Intrigue menu over here, in the Middle-earth decision, I believe. Yeah, open index. Now again, as Sauron, we have our own unique decisions, so we've got things like Restore Material Form. Once you've regained the One Ring, you can return to your former greatness and walk Middle-earth once more. So, that's very self-explanatory, but that also comes with a little caveat emptor, in the sense that we don't have a material form, so we have a regent. We can't really do a huge amount at this stage, to be honest with you, because obviously we're in a regency, we are incapable, technically. Go to the barber. Damn. I've never been more disappointed for something not to work. Oh, God. Well, lesson learned. Don't take Sauron to the barber. Where were we? We've got some unique traits, obviously relevant to the mod there. We are a Maya, which is sort of the equivalent of the Lord of the Rings universe of like an angel. Is probably the best way I could describe it. That's sort of the closest analog I can get. Very powerful, obviously, sort of religious figure. Very sort of divine, godly. Gives us a lot of stats to obviously represent that. The health plus 1,000, my personal favourite there. We get a lot of troop leading bonuses. But obviously, seeing as we are now a giant eyeball, manifested on the Tower of Barad-dûr, we can't actually lead troops. So we have to wait until we become our material form. Maybe send out our ring wraiths, our wights, to go and try and hunt down the ring bearer, things like that. And you get story-related events to tracking down the One Ring. We've also got, we are apparently a ring bearer because we had the ring at one point. Right now, all we have is an axe, a normal-sized axe for a giant-sized man, and the Ithil stone, which is one of the Palantir, which are a series of like connected stones, which essentially allow them to communicate. I think we can actually drive people mad if someone looks into one, and we have the Ithil stone here. We can set ourselves a focus. There are a lot of a little bit of ludonarrative dissonance, shall we say, when it comes to CK2 and Lord of the Rings not potentially working very well together, so we can go for the business focus. Sauron, of course, a very keen merchant. Hopefully we'll get some trade routes with him. Go on a trade mission, maybe, to Hobbiton and try and get ourselves a trade route there. Very weird. See the realm prosper, stay at peace for 5 years, seems a little bit inappropriate, so we'll go build a war chest instead. They've done a lot of effort with this mod, but obviously trying to get Lord of the Rings into the CK2 universe, they don't really work hugely well together, which is why I kind of like to play, obviously depending on your guys' feedback, with where is a good start, as my own sort of custom dynasty. Maybe we could work for the Forces of Darkness, maybe we could work for the Forces of Good, try and influence the war externally, one way or another. That could be a cool playthrough, but this is just sort of to showcase the mod a little bit. We have important decisions available. We can recruit a court physician, extort our subjects, that seems appropriate. We can employ an emissary, a soldier, a steward, a spy. This is just our council. Right now we've got the Witch King as our marshal, seems appropriate. Got some random human duke, I assume some corrupted... oh, an Easterling. I was going to say a black Numenorian, but no, he is an Easterling there. We'll sort of do an overview of the map in a minute, just for those of you who aren't too familiar with the land of Middle-earth. Dark despotism. That's kind of nice that they've gone that far. And the mouth of Sauron is apparently our heir, so if we die, this guy's going to be taken over. Obviously not nearly as good. He is actually a black Numenorian there, which is sort of like a long-lived line of men. Really cool. Right, what have I forgotten to see here? Middle-earth decisions, obviously these are going to be our sort of campaign drivers. Show the holders of artifacts, so the Rings of Power. We can see the Plantier, which I talked about earlier. The Great Blades, which are the legendary swords. Obviously Gandalf has Glamdring there. Got famous swords there, other legendary weapons, the Staff of Gandalf, Staff of Saruman, Staff of Radagast, cool. Broken and craftable weapons. I can only assume... Yeah, look at that. You see right at the bottom there, the Chieftain Aragorn II of the Shards of Narsil. So I assume if you play as Aragorn, you can actually get that sword reforged and use that as your weapon in the artifact system in-game. We can use the Plantier. What does that do? We can't be at war, which we're... Oh, we have to be at war. Sorry, my mistake. We have to have decent prestige and piety. Kind of surprising that Sauron doesn't have much prestige at this point. Oh, that's influence. Ah, understandable. Okay, I would say he probably had a little bit more influence than that, seeing as we're at the sort of height of the War of the Ring here, but there we go. We can release the Black Fume. What is this? Beijing. Piety greater or equal than 300. Oh, right, okay, so this is obviously a darkness that covers the realm, and I guess maybe gives our troops more morale, based on what it was described as in the books, or in... Was it in the movies? I think it was in the third movie, but just before they attacked, Minas Tirith, you know, there's sort of that lightning clouds and things like that. Which kind of look like bad weather in the films, but it's supposed to be a little bit more demonic in the books. Restore material form. Once you've regained the One Ring, you can return to your former greatness and walk Middle-earth once more. That's our ultimate goal. I feel like that should be special interest. You can also hunt for the ring. Send out your best scouts. Cool. Okay, we need 1,000 gold for that. That might take a while. How much are we getting right now? 60 gold a month. Oh, shit. Okay, ignore me then. In, you know, a year or two, we can go ahead and hunt for the ring. Adopt an Archipus life? Oh, as in become... Right, yeah, become celibate. You've decided you have enough children, so no more. Seems appropriate. So that's everything for now. I think, really, it's just a case of playing CK2, waiting for some events to crop up, that type of thing. We should probably set Karakangran as our crown focus. No, let's set, obviously, Barad-dûr, the tower. What have we got here? We've got the Great Route. That's, I assume, just a road or something? Yeah, heavy reinforcement. Weird, okay. We do have some unique buildings here. The Shrine of Melkor and the Walls of Barad-dûr, giving us a shit ton of fort level. Nice. Have we got the Black Gate? I wonder what fort level is there. Moranum Udun, would it be here? No, it would be further ahead. Alright, Walls of the Black Gate gives fort level +8. Seems like it would give way more than that, all things considered. Anyway, I'm getting distracted in the not important things, so why don't we go over the map very quickly. So probably the most famous of which is going to be Gondor. Features quite heavily, obviously, in book and film 3 there. Minas Tirith. Currently under Steward Denethor II, father of Sean Bean and Prince Faramir. I don't remember who plays Faramir now in hindsight. And I have got the portrait replacement mod, which I... Crashed? Crashed? I wasn't even doing anything, game. As I was saying, I've got the portrait replacement mod, so if you see any characters in the game with a very specific looking portrait, like obviously the Mouth of Sauron there, ourselves, the Steward of Gondor, not the default CK2 faces, basically. Kind of means they're somewhat important to the story. Anyway, back to the map. We've obviously got the Riddermark here under King Theoden of the Rohirrim, the Horseman. We have Isengard under Saruman there. We have the Shire right up here in the more sort of northwesterly area of the map, and Angmar around there, which is the old Kingdom of Men next to Arnor that fell and was conquered by the Witch King. What else have we got that's important? Rivendell is somewhere around here. Yeah, there's Rivendell under Agent Smith. We have Legolas's creepy dad, who's actually played by an actor younger than him in the movies. Obviously playing as the woodland round. What the hell is it called? Mirkwood. There we go, Mirkwood. We've also got Lothlorien here under Kate Blanchett there. Good. Right. That's the entire map. That's all the important stuff anyway. If I've forgotten anything, let me know, and I'll sort of point them out next episode. We have a world to conquer of Sauron. Now, obviously, we're trying to get the ring. That's our sort of main goal. Sorry. Duke Mushlashed of Emrin Arin has usurped the county of... Yeah, so there is going to be some, like I was saying, a bit of dissonance here between gameplay. As Sauron, we can host a feast. We could maybe go for some weird focuses here. I wonder if we can pick the hunting focus and go hunting for the white stag. Seduction? Oh, they've banned the seduction focus because we are we're a creature of Melkor. Right, understandable. Have a nice day. We're gonna go for the business focus. I did pick that before, didn't I? But it crashed. And let's build a war chest. War for Gondor. For too long, Gondor has successfully opposed your power. The men of the West defeated you in the War of the Last Alliance, and it took you almost 3,000 years to rebuild your former strength and weaken your opponents. Right, awesome. We get a claim on East Osgiliath, which is where Frodo and Sam fled through. And we gain a strong claim on the Lordship of Caer Andros. Okay, so that's also in Gondor next. Well, between Gondor and Mordor. Awesome. Our regent is a troll. Excellent. Just what I'd like to see. Seems the most suitable guy to be running the realm in my absence, as I'm a giant eye. As a creature of Melkor's making, you are corrupted by darkness and work with other evil rulers to defeat those who stand in your way. So Melkor was the original sort of big evil in the Lord of the Rings world, who created all of the corrupted creatures, and Sauron was originally his lieutenant. But that's a lot of backstory. We won't go into that too much because I don't know a huge amount about it. I mean, I've read the Silmarillion, but I don't remember a huge amount. You are the protector of the city of Minas Ithil, and such you need to guard the Ithil stone, one of the 7 planets here. Yep, awesome. My house will guard the stone. Oh shit, that was quick. The torture of Gollum. The orcs found a wretched creature wandering in the lands of Mordor. You sense the ring's touch on it. After hours of knife and flame, the creature screams, Shire Baggins. Oh shit. Messer Frodo of Hobbiton. Does he actually have the ring? Oh, he has it already. Okay, so Bilbo's given him the ring. There's Bilbo there. What's he like? Mithril shirt, ring bearer. Oh, he actually has... Oh, he has Sting. I thought maybe he actually had the Mithril shirt. Right. Find the ring. I wonder if that does anything or whether we still have to manually hunt for the ring. I'm not sure. I like the music. That really suits it. The spies report that the defense of Osgiliath might be led by one or both of the sons of Denethor, Boromir and Faramir. Be excellent if your troops killed one or both of them in battle. The defense of Caer Andros, by contrast, are weaker. Attack now. So as we have a regency, it's sort of like default CK2. I'm going to assume we actually can't declare war because it needs to be approved by the council. Yes, it does. Right, so the way the game's getting around that then is obviously having us declare war via events. Sure, declare war to claim East Osgiliath and Caer Andros. Muster an Orc army at Minas Morgul, a Haradrim army at Minas Morgul, and Asgoril. Gain 500 gold. So Minas Morgul is, you probably most remember it from the films, the big green tower that Frodo and Sam are climbing past. It's where the Nazgul generally rule from. Attack now! Dark Lord Sauron, the Dark Lord, who is a Dark Lord, by the way, has declared the Mordorim. Weird. Mordorim War for East Osgiliath. Yeah, great, okay. Oh, that's a shit ton of troops. Right, but as we discovered before, they are probably mostly crappy orcs, aren't they? Yeah, look at the values of them. 0.1, 0.1, 0.2. Really, really bad. Can we actually get retinues? Oh, we can. What have we got then? Morgul Guards. Whoa, look at those guys. Heavy infantry attacking defense plus 200%. Holy shit. Olog High Elite. Olog High are trolls, basically. So we can get ourselves some 75 trolls there, despite the fact it says heavy cavalry. Orc Pikemen. So we can actually specifically train up Orc flanks by the looks of it, who are much, much more superior to regular Orcs. Orc Archers, Orc Pikemen, Warg Riders. Nice, they're light cavalry. Orc Archers. I feel like getting nothing but trolls is a good idea. Olog High Elite gives plus 300% to their stats there. That's nuts. How much is that going to cost? Only 63 gold a retinue. Sold. Give me all of these boys. We'll, probably not going to get many for the amount of money we spent. No, only 900 there, and we spent a good 700 gold on it. But if they're going to be that powerful, that's definitely what we want. Idle Chancellors? Really? Improved diplomatic relations with Gondor. Why not? Seems appropriate. Plus, it also gives us vision on where the troops are, so that's kind of nice. We can study technology? Well, apparently we can't. I don't know why we do that. Let's just have you scheming, I suppose, so you can uncover some plots against the Dark Lord. We have one plot here. Volodar. Is this system still in? Weird. Okay. Right, it's going to take some getting used to. Personal Guard doesn't seem appropriate. Cupbearer? Really? Huh. Alright, fine. We need to set our crown focus again because the game crashed. We've got to reset all of this. Perfect. I'm looking forward to those prosperity events to help build up Mordor here. Can we build a hospital? We actually can. That's incredible. Nice. Okay. Let's set some time tick and actually direct our wars here. So, who have we got here? We've got our best commanders are Akora Hill, the Nazgul, or the Wraith, I should say. We've got Uvartha and obviously the Witch King himself there. Awesome. That seems like a pretty good unit to have. Now, okay. So actually, we'll move this guy over to this army, seeing as it's only got one unit on it with this 38 marshal. That seems more appropriate. We'll get you moved over to here. Get the Witch King there. And who else we got? Undapazor. Nice. Sold. That seems like a pretty good army. Despite the fact that we've got 10,000 men, obviously, again, it's pretty shit because that's how the game's designed. They're going to be really crappy troops. Now, if we can go ahead and grab East Ostgileath here before they so that they're forced to take a river crossing into us, that's probably not a bad idea. We've only got 4,000 men there, so I think we'll take that one out first. So one of our goals is apparently to kill Boromir or Faramir. Now, I've never done that during my very brief testing. I didn't want to do too much so I didn't spoil it for myself. I wonder if an event will fire if they're leading troops or something when they try and attack us. Weird. So, what else do we have to? Carandros, that's this one, isn't it? Yeah. So actually, this is the other war goal. I'll take this one anyway, just because it's basically not defended at all. We could hunt them down before they take the river crossing. Okay, this is going to be interesting. We took a river crossing, genuinely. Oh, we should be fine, though. Yeah, look at that. Oh, there's Faramir as well. Kill him. Defeated. I mean, I knew orcs were bad, but I didn't realize they were quite that bad. Holy shit. And I imagine assaults are going to be fairly straightforward. I mean, calculated the same, right? Yeah, pretty much. So the glorious Dark Lord Sauron, our good friend Kargan Radamases of Can, so they're one of the Southmen. They want us to join their war. I'm going to say absolutely not. Thank you. I am the Dark Lord. I'm not here. I don't think he's really one for alliances, is he? All right, Osgiliath. We're at minus 32% because apparently all my troops died. Brilliant. That's probably a lot of cavalry. I should have really checked their troop composition. Let's raise our own troops about 51,000 men. Excuse me. Let's set a rally point here up in Cirith Ungol, which is near where Shelob is, actually. Right, let's go ahead and set a rally point. 51,000 men. What are they like, though? Hang on. Okay, we've got a lot of heavy infantry, pikemen. So, you know, way less than half there. Oh, actually, almost a third of the army is light infantry. They're going to be the really, really crap ones. We'll raise our own vassal levies as well, just because I'm sure they can't complain to the Dark Lord for raising their troops. Dark Despotism. Let's just read what it's about. The Dark Lord has near absolute power. The orcs and trolls under his sway must obey. So, one thing I have done, probably worth mentioning, is I've adjusted the rules somewhat to make the game harder for myself. Because like I said, when I was playtesting, I just swamped everyone when I got the one ring. So, I've kept Shattered Retreat on. I've kept the ability to, fort sieges. But you can't assault anything above fort level 6. I think that was, you know, so we didn't just send all of our troops into a massive stack into Minas Tirith and just assault it down. So we have to siege things manually, just to keep it a little better for the AI, give the AI a little bit of benefit. I didn't turn on defensive packs, because at 75%, which is probably, we'll get to that very, very quickly as Sauron, at 75% threat, members of your own religion will join against you. It doesn't make much sense that goblins would join together with men to try and stop if Okema get a bit too powerful. So I've left that turned off. Again, maybe the game already has a way of dealing with that themselves. I didn't want to risk it. Oh shit, we're actually absolutely going to swamp them. I probably didn't need to raise my own troops there. Nice. Awesome. And is that still being led by Army of Prince Faramir? Right, let's try and take him out, because that seems like it will give us a story event. Obviously, oh, we went that way. Fair enough. Oh, Shattered Retreat. He's also moving at the speed of light as well. Friggin' hates Shattered Retreat. I thought it was one of the worst things added to CK2. It just doesn't suit the gameplay. EU4, understandable. It's more of a game focused on that type of thing, isn't it? You know, armies, combats, movements, being a bit more decisive about things. CK2, it really is just a numbers game, I hate to say it. Right, this seems like a very Sauron thing to do. After giving my advice on a delicate matter, the courtier asked me to accept a small gift of gold as thanks for my help. Do we want to become Dark Lord Sauron the Dark Lord, who is known as being charitable, or do we want to be Dark Lord Sauron being greedy? I mean, I feel like greedy is more appropriate here, so I'm going to try and grab that. Plus, with the size of our empire, the taxes will be quite well received. Oh god, that's quite expensive, eh? We'll put you guys down then. Let's keep our oh, did I just expand our friggin' retinues? No, we're fine. They just haven't reinforced at all yet, sure. What else did we want? We wanted Olog High. There we go. Nice. Got ourselves, what is that, 1,800? That's quite a lot of trolls, you've got to admit. That's a shit ton of trolls. If you saw an army of 1,800 trolls coming towards you, you'd probably be a bit worried. Alright, now, I wonder if, because obviously in the movies and the books he had alliances with the Men of the South. Allied? Yeah, we are actually allied to all of the South here, all of the Haradrim and then the Easterlings over here in the East, funnily enough. Right, let's actually get on with our war. So that's the other war goal here, is Karandros. Let's not assault it down. I didn't realise quite how squishy the orcs were, so we need to keep our numbers as high as possible. We also need to go ahead and recount these Usos Gilead there. They're actually kind of making much quicker headway than I anticipated. Oh, let's assault that one down just because... Oh, God! These orcs are so bad. Can we improve our orcs at all? Light infantry, we can. 1.2%. Feel like that probably won't help out too much, you know? Idle council members will get you collecting taxes. Oh, God, you're a shit treasurer. Really the best treasurer we've got. I suppose they are orcs. I'll forgive them somewhat. We get you collecting taxes in Barad-dûr. Do many people pay taxes in Barad-dûr? Not entirely sure. Now, what about Saruman? Are we allied to him? Are we allied to Isengard, or is he just like our friend? We aren't allied to him. He has a fork. Interesting, right? And obviously the Stone of Orthanc there. I think getting rid of Saruman wouldn't be a bad idea. I feel like he's a bit of a troublemaker and has a lot of ambition. He has his own ring. So, not really touched on in the films, but actually did try to craft his own... Yeah, here. He did try to craft his own ring of power, but it wasn't nearly as powerful as the one Sauron made. There it says there. The craft was incomplete. He's a troublemaker. He's got a lot of ambitions above his station. It even says there, ambitious. I feel like we should either ally with him or deal with this guy pretty early on. Now, the only reason he likes me is because we're both corrupted by darkness, and obviously in the movies he's more of a servant of Sauron after being corrupted by the Plantier, but in this he just seems to be sort of his own character. Again, a good reason we didn't turn on defensive pacts there, otherwise he would have joined against us if we got over 75% threat. Alright, I might actually raise those troops again, despite the fact it's going to cost us a fortune. I feel like, instead, let's set our retinues to not reinforce till this war's over. Oh shit, yeah, they do have a lot of troops. How many men do they have in Minas Tirith? 11,000 men, but I imagine they've got a fair amount of allies and other people are agreeing to join them. Yeah, tribal vassal there, the Prince of Andrast. Sure. And I'm going to assume Rohan haven't joined them either. No. So I imagine King Theoden, seeing as he's a bit of a mess there, probably still being corrupted. Maybe there's an event to clear his corruption, and obviously he's incapable, make him back to being capable. Under Saruman's spell. Yeah, there's got to be an event to remove that. It'd be kind of cool to play the Forces of Good, but you can't imagine it'd be pretty easy to win, seeing as they do in the actual Lord of the Rings franchise. Nice! 400 gold. That'll keep us going for another 10 months or so. Sweet. Digit oh shit, okay, we actually need to get a move on here. Put the speed up a little bit. Literally get a move on. King Cummel, the Easterlings, one of our Nazgul there, or one of our ring rats, I'm always going to call them Nazgul, declared the Gold Dream Conquest. Okay, sure. Thank you very much, creatures of Malkor. Captured as a Nazgul, a ring wraith, one of the 9 kings of men given rings of power by Sauron. I wonder if they're the fell beasts. You know, the big sort of corrupted lizards that they ride on. That'd be very cool. I wonder if you can actually get them. Might want to play as a ring wraith. Maybe play as the Witch King. That might be a fun playthrough. To the Dark Lord Sauron? Absolutely not. The creature Gollum has cracked under torture. Amidst the endless screams and inane babble, your orcs discern 2 words. Shire, Baggins. To clue to the whereabouts of the One Ring, shall the 9 ride forth and seek it? Do we want to keep them behind as commanders, or do we want to actually send them on their quest here? Absolutely, let them ride forth. Do we need new commanders now? Yes, we do. Oh, God. Yeah, our actual commanders are pretty goddamn awful. That's a little bit worrying. Oh, these guys stay behind. Sure. Guess we didn't lose. Okay, we absolutely did lose them there, but we still won the battle luckily enough, just to overwhelm them in numbers, I guess. Right. 58% war score. We've got the 2 holding siege. I guess we just lost so much battle war score. That's, wait, these were the war gods, weren't they? Karandros and he's Osgiliath. Now, it would be a little bit strange if we marched into the capital and sieged it down, but this is CK2, so we do need to do that to grab ourselves a little bit of war score. We're going to go and attack Minas Tirith itself. Sure. Start the Battle of Pelennor Fields, you know, a couple of years early there. What else are we expected to get then? Oh, we've just lost a shit ton of battle war score. Right, let's try and crush these troops. Actually, you know what? We will, we'll go with our entire army just because, again, squishy orcs. Turn the speed down. I forgot how fast speed 5 was when we're not playing after the end or Mad World. Alright, here we go. We should win this easily. It's going to be almost 50,000 orcs. Yeah, nice. We do have alright commanders. On average, they're okay commanders for base game CK2, which is more or less what we're playing at this point. 72% war score. Sweet. We might as well hunt them down. How many men are we going to lose to attrition? 3.5%? It's probably worth it. I'll take it, just so we can definitely say that we've killed these troops. Gondor's armies are reinforcing there in Osgiliath, so we'll turn back around and go and crush them in a sec. Oh, Shattered Retreat. hate this. I hate Chapter 3 so much. But again, I got to give the game a little bit of a chance here. Train some troops. He's looking for the ring, but you know what? We'll have him back in the capital to increase the levy reinforcement rate, seeing as most of them are getting smashed by attrition or just better superior armies. Right. Hurry up, troops. Now, we should also siege this one down, I suppose, seeing as it's right there and relatively undefended. Where are they? Oh, they're actually reinforcing faster than they're dying to attrition. Hey, do you want to come back? We're actually going to be able to catch these guys, or they're just going to run away each time? 10-1. I think we'll still be fine. We're going to lose a lot of troops, though. Oh, shit. It's Sean Bean. Ned Stark. Nice. Oh, that'd been a much better victory if we'd have actually captured Boromir there. Right, what are we still losing out on here? Battles, we're not quite at our battle war score. We can still get a little bit more battle war score, but none of these are going to count because they're minor battles. So we'll go ahead and siege Heneth Anun, and that should be enough. We will also get ticking war score, assuming they don't counter siege us quicker than we can siege this province. Why don't we just assault it down? Because they're all event spawn. Oh, fort levels. Right. They're all event spawn troops anyway, so I don't really care if they die, to be honest with you. Seeing as I imagine once the war is over, they're just going to disappear. Only 25,000 are event spawned. Okay, fair enough. Right. Now we play the waiting game, by which I mean we go up to speed 5. Rumors reach that the Ring of Power has been found and that the White Council is protecting it. But what will they do with it? Use it? Hide it? Attempt to destroy it? Right. What happened in my last game was that the Nazgul were able to hunt Frodo down, and we actually got the ring instantly before it got to this stage. So the Fellowship has actually formed then. Township of... He actually has Hobbiton? Weird. Okay. They'll pay for this. Lose the trait hunting the ring. He's on a quest. Shit. So I guess we have to stop them before they destroy the ring now then, eh? Nice. Okay, we've got a little bit more of a challenge in this case. That's pretty cool. Alright, how are we doing in terms of our sieges with Gondor? Courtier supports you. It's not my place to question you, my liege. You lead and I follow you. Excellent. Nice. This random wildman has agreed to back me. I appreciate that. Thank you for telling me. A little bit of a strange gameplay feature there. We'll go for construction level 4. Sweet. Now, what can we build? One thing Sauron I really fail to have seen in the books and the movies was his round management skills. You know, he really didn't show himself off as being a pretty efficient domain manager. We're going to change that. You know what? Let's reinvest in infrastructure. Strong and stable Mordor. Let's go for it. What do we want? Probably to keep for the 25% levy size. Awesome. Oh, shit. We have so many provinces in our capital. Nice. So, that's obviously way more important because if we set our courtiers to buff up our capital, holding all 7 holdings in it, fully upgraded, we're going to give us obviously that stacking levy size reinforcement, the extra stacking bonus to collecting taxes, things like that, because it's all coming from the same province. Kind of like how I like to play in base game Seeker 2. Tall is best. Always remember that. Except for current game Stellaris. Tall is definitely not best in that. Alright. Shall we assault it down? We're going to... Oh, this guy a favor in exchange for 200 gold? Absolutely not. How dare you? I will kill everyone you know and love. Awesome! The war is done. Dark Lord Sauron, the Dark Lord, has usurped the title of the County of Carandros and East Osgiliath. Sweet. Do we get a story event for that? Or are we just done? Your first attack is over. Much to your disquiet, the first assault to take the crossings over Anduin has failed? Citation needed? Still, you will nevertheless prepare for a large assault and knockout blow against Gondor. I shall get ready. So I'm going to assume this is going to act like an invasion caster spell or something like that then. Awesome. Right. We need to build up our massive army of trolls then. Olog High Elite Retinue. There we go. Nice. 1,500 trolls. That might be enough to take Gondor out by itself, you know. Now, these guys are still away on a mission, so maybe they're still hunting for the ring. I don't know. But the other thing we want to do is probably save up enough gold to actually go for our... Was there not an option to hunt the ring? Maybe they're still doing that then. Okay, fair enough. Ignore me. Let's hide that. So, eliminating internal enemies is kind of similar to what we've seen in Mythos with the... With scourging a province. So, you're trying to destroy a minority culture or a minority religion. Something that isn't your religion and culture. So, there are still people living in your lands who will never submit to you. It's time to send the troops to get rid of them once and for all. Oh, right, okay. Carandros is being purged. Levy size, minus 50%. Oh, revolt risk plus 25%. That's quite significant. Especially for base game Seeker 2, that's a lot. To the strong Dark Lord Sauron, your wisdom and mercy are legendary. Thank you, but I'm not joining you in war. Okay, who are these guys? These are retinue that are kicking around. Really? Yeah, they are. Okay, weird. You guys get back to the capital. Go join everyone else. Excellent. And how much gold? We're actually in profit, reinforcing this. Nice. Oh, shit. The forces of Sauron and Saruman have struck down the famed commander of men, Boromir. The armies of men and elves are sure to reel from this blow. The Dark Lord rises. It's a good kill. Oh, he's married to Eowyn? Huh. That's one hell of a way to get an alliance, I suppose. Nice. Excellent. Good work. Horn of Gondor. Can we not steal that? That would be cool if that was an artifact, but I guess they're still implementing some of those features. War for Gondor. Sauron has failed you as his Uruk-hai have proven inferior against the horsemen, breaking on the deeping wall. Worse still, men have had their morale boosted by this minor victory, and the ring will lose your grasp. As such, you are forced to call upon your orcs and the men of the south to wash over the pitiable men of Gondor. Okay, right. Getting a strong claim on the lordship of Minas Tirith. Oh, and we immediately declare the war. Wasn't expecting it that fast, I will admit. Okay, well, I suppose our retinue reinforced a little bit. Not too bad. Let's call in our allies. Now, I haven't agreed to join any of their war, but they will accept, and they're going to bring a shit ton of men, too. Great, okay. How many men have you guys got? 2,000? They're still reeling from that last war we had with them. This could be great. I feel like this has been a good episode as an introduction to Middle-earth. Again, I'd like your feedback on maybe a custom start, and we'll do that for our long-term playthrough on this mod. Thank you for watching. We'll leave it there for today, and tomorrow we'll pick up with the Conquest of Gondor, and hopefully I can command the troops a little bit better than what they did in the actual series. And of course, shout out to all the incredible patrons for supporting content like this. Sean Thornton, Danny Good, Zachary Harris, Lucas Holting, James Ogilvie, Royal, Conspired Team, Michael Mullen, Gabriel Van Does, Haydog, and Jocelyn Dean Tesla, and Logan Thorne there at the very highest tiers. And of course, everyone else is backed on Patreon as well. Brandon Watoniak, Jens, Necrofilm, Felix Deal, Prince Owl, What's This, Noblesse, Quetlarch Klee, Dalreven, Paulmaster, Imperator Augustus, Jack Allen, Chancellor Sheev, Palpatine, I am the Lizard King, Llewellyn Thomas, Euron DeVries, Euphrates, Dunconi 2 and 7, Slakian, Jordan Campbell. Thank you all very much for your support. The series was voted on over at Patreon a while ago, actually. It joined with After the End, so I figured it was inappropriate to do another poll, seeing as just as many people wanted this series. Awesome. I'm looking forward to this. It seems like a really cool mod. It seems like it's well fleshed out. A lot of cool events. Very story-driven, though. So if we want to do a proper long-term playthrough, we might want to find ourselves a unique start, like I said. If you're interested, go ahead and check out the Patreon. There's going to be a live stream tonight at 10 p.m. UK time, which is like 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, something like that. See you over there. Go and join our Discord and help me design some Mad World submods. How about that? Yeah, I haven't announced that properly yet, because the Mad World series is going up after this one.